Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our channel. Before we begin, let me tell you this. Stay tuned all the way to the very end of this video, because at the end I will be sharing my own opinion about this story, and trust me, it may shock you. You might think you know what's coming, but you don't. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Because what you're about to hear is not just another celebrity headline. It's a story of unexpected chemistry, powerful connections, unforgettable advice, and a glimpse into the secret world of Hollywood that very few ever truly see. Today's story takes us to London, to one of the most glamorous and prestigious events of the year, the ELLE Style Awards, held at the legendary Brasserie Zedel. It was here, on the evening of September 9th, that actress Naomi Ackie, at the age of 34, was honored with one of the highest accolades of the night, ELLE's Performer of the Year. But while the award itself is a major milestone in her flourishing career, what has captivated fans and set the internet abuzz is not just the trophy she took home, but the words she shared, the revealing, deeply personal words about her bond with another Hollywood star. That star is none other than Zoë Kravitz, a name synonymous with style, intelligence, and creativity. At 36, Kravitz has not only carved out her place as an actress, but has also stepped into the powerful role of director with her 2024 psychological thriller Blink Twice. And it was on the set of that very film that Naomi Ackie and Zoë Kravitz formed a connection, one that Naomi herself describes as chemistry. But what does that mean? What is this chemistry she's talking about? Is it simply professional admiration, or is it something deeper, something that goes beyond the surface of co-stars and collaborators? Naomi Ackie, speaking exclusively with People during the awards night, gave us a rare glimpse into the nature of that connection. In her words, it's chemistry, innit? A simple phrase, yet loaded with meaning. Chemistry is something we feel, something we can't always define. It's the invisible bond, the spark, the force that draws two people together, sometimes against all odds. And Naomi made it clear. When it comes to Zoë Kravitz, the bond is undeniable. Naomi spoke with warmth and admiration, describing Kravitz as one of the most creative, smartest, funniest women I've had the pleasure of working with. She confessed that their connection is so powerful, so natural, that she struggles to even put it into words. "We just clicked in a way that I can't really explain," she admitted. And isn't that the very essence of chemistry? The kind that defies explanation, that lives somewhere between emotion and instinct? But what makes this story even more intriguing is the wistfulness in Naomi's voice, the subtle hint of longing. She went on to say, "It's a shame, like, I wish she lived in London, or I wish I lived in New York, because I'd see her so much more often. She's just so incredibly supportive. She's a strong person. I wish her all the best. I know that she feels the same way about me." Think about that for a moment. Two women, two artists, living across the ocean from each other, both at the height of their careers, finding a rare connection in the chaos of Hollywood, yet separated by geography, schedules, and the relentless pace of the entertainment industry. Naomi's words hint at a friendship, or perhaps something even stronger, that is rooted. This is not just about red carpets or headlines. This is about two individuals navigating a difficult industry, finding trust in each other, and recognizing something unique in the other's presence. And isn't that something we all crave? A person we just click with? No explanations needed. But let's step back for a moment and look at the bigger picture. Naomi Ackie is not just speaking about Zoë Kravitz. She's revealing something fundamental about her own journey as an actress. She admitted that working on Blink Twice was intense, but also transformative. She reflected on how the cast and crew, under Zoe's direction, created something rare: a safe space, a community where actors could take risks, express themselves, and feel supported. It was really special, Naomi recalled. Those things I will never forget. The reason why I became an actor was for the community. Now I realize. It's the people that you're with and the fact that you can trust people enough to create a story and know that people are not going to be laughing at you. That last part, know that people are not going to be laughing at you, reveals so much more than it seems. In an industry that can often be brutal, where judgment is constant and reputations can be shattered in an instant, finding a space where vulnerability is not punished but celebrated is priceless. For Naomi, that space was found with Zoë Kravitz, and yet Naomi's story at the ELLE Style Awards didn't stop there. She also revealed that her career has been shaped not only by her peers, but also by the advice of legends. She spoke about working alongside none other than Helen Mirren, a name that resonates across generations. Mirren, known for her wisdom and longevity in the industry, offered Naomi some advice that goes far beyond the world of acting. "I got great advice from Helen Mirren, who said I must invest. Use your money wisely." Practical advice, yes, but profound in its simplicity. Success in Hollywood can be fleeting. Fortunes can rise and fall overnight. To hear such guidance from one of the greatest living actresses is not just valuable, it's life-changing. But Mirren's advice didn't stop with money. Naomi explained that many of the experienced actors she has worked with share a similar mindset. Learn to say no, take a break when you can, and just have fun. These words paint a picture of an industry veteran, reminding the younger generation that survival in Hollywood is not just about constant work. It's about balance, perspective, and joy. Of course, no Hollywood journey would be complete without moments of awe. Those encounters with larger-than-life figures who leave you starstruck. And Naomi did not hold back in confessing her own moments of being overwhelmed. She revealed that she has met some of the biggest names in the world and still feels the power of those encounters. When asked who left her truly starstruck, she answered instantly, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. With a laugh, she admitted, "And I always will be if I ever meet him again." But it didn't stop there. Naomi also recounted meeting Anna Wintour, the iconic editor-in-chief of Vogue. A woman who has shaped the world of fashion for decades. "I shook her hand. That was weird," Naomi confessed, revealing her very human reaction to standing face-to-face with such an influential figure. These moments remind us that even stars themselves are not immune to the gravity of celebrity. And then came the ultimate revelation. The one person Naomi knows she could never, ever meet. And that name? Beyoncé. With striking honesty, Naomi declared, "That's the one person I know I can never meet." Think about the weight of that statement. In a career where she has already encountered icons, legends, and powerhouses, the idea of meeting Beyoncé is, for Naomi, simply too overwhelming. Perhaps it speaks to the cultural magnitude of Beyoncé herself, or perhaps it reveals something deeper about Naomi's own humility and awe in the face of greatness. But what does all of this mean when we put it together? Naomi Akkie's story, as told at the ELLE Style Awards, is not just about winning an award. It's about connection, vulnerability, and honesty. It's about the friendships that sustain us, the advice that grounds us, and the moments of awe that remind us of the world we live in. Above all, it's about chemistry, the kind of chemistry that can't be faked, can't be manufactured, and can't be explained. The kind she shares with Zoë Kravitz. And as we listen to Naomi's words, as we imagine the bond between these two extraordinary women, one question lingers in the air. What comes next? What stories will they tell together? What worlds will they create? And how will this connection shape the future of both their careers? Stay tuned, because the story doesn't end here. And now, as promised, it's time for me to share my own opinion about this story. And let me be honest with you, what I'm about to say may surprise you. It may even shock you, because it's not the polished surface that magazines like to show us. It's the raw truth that I see hidden between Naomi Akkie's words. When I listen carefully to Naomi describing her chemistry with Zoë Kravitz, I can't help but feel that this is much more than a simple professional compliment. To me, this sounds like the rare acknowledgement of a deeper bond, one that artists almost never reveal publicly. Hollywood is an industry built on appearances, where actors are trained to smile, to say the right things, to keep everything perfectly packaged for public consumption. And yet here, in front of the cameras, Naomi allowed herself to break that barrier, even for just a moment. She used a word that carries weight: chemistry. Chemistry is not the word you use for a casual friendship. Chemistry is not the word you use when you're simply describing respect for someone's talent. Chemistry is electric. It's unpredictable. It's a force that either exists or it doesn't. And when it does, you feel it immediately. And Naomi didn't hesitate. She admitted it. And that's why I believe there is more to this than the headline suggests. But what fascinates me even more is the longing in her words. She said, "I wish she lived in London," or "I wish I lived in New York, because I'd see her so much more often." That's not just small talk. That's a confession of distance, of missing someone. When someone publicly expresses a desire to see another person more often, it reveals an emotional connection that goes beyond the set of a movie. And I think Naomi revealed far more about her heart in that moment than even she intended. To me, this entire story— look at history. Great actors, great directors, great musicians. Many of them have thrived not because of money or fame, but because of the people who sparked something inside them. I think Zoë Kravitz has become that spark for Naomi Ackie. And let's not overlook the bigger message Naomi gave us that night. When she spoke about community, when she spoke about trust, when she spoke about not being laughed at, that wasn't just about acting. That was about life. That was about how desperately human beings crave spaces where they can be authentic, where they can fail, where they can take risks without ridicule. That message struck me deeply, because in many ways we all search for our own Zoe, that one person who sees us, who doesn't laugh at us, who supports us when the world turns cold. Naomi found hers. Now, whether this connection between Naomi Ackie and Zoë Kravitz remains a powerful friendship or evolves into something even more profound is not for us to decide. But what I know is this: in her honesty, Naomi gave us a glimpse of something real, something rare, something unfiltered. And in a world of carefully curated celebrity images, that honesty is worth more than any award, any red carpet, any headline. So here is my final thought. I don't believe this was just an interview. I believe Naomi Ackie opened a door and let us peek into a truth she didn't plan to reveal. And if we read between the lines, if we truly listen, we see a story not just of stardom, but of connection, longing, and perhaps even destiny. And that, my friends, is far more powerful than any trophy she could have held in her hands that night.